All right. Thank you all for joining us tonight. The time is now 7 o'clock, so we're going to go ahead and get started with balancing the girls order tab. So our objective tonight is to teach Troop Cookie managers how to balance your girl orders tab and allocate cookies before reward submission. Our agenda tonight is to talk about balancing the girl orders and the importance of doing that. We're going to do a quick eBuddy walkthrough where I show you how to allocate cookies, allocate money, and then do a girl-to-girl transfer of cookies. And then we'll have a question and answer session. I also want to mention that tonight you have myself, Tashiana Avery, on the call, as well as the Director of Product Program, Ashley Pash, on the call. If you have any questions as we're going through our training tonight, please feel free to put your questions in the chat or raise your hand and we'll answer those for you at the question and answer session. All right. So it is important to ensure that you're balanced to 0 when it comes to those cookies. Whatever number is listed under the girl orders tab for the girl is what we see and what will indicate her reward level. You can also share cookies amongst girls to optimize rewards. So let's say that I am Tashi Girl Scout and I sell, 680 packages of cookies. Well, 650 is a level, but 680 isn't. So you could move those other 30 packages of cookies to another girl to assist her in reaching her goals. All right, so if you give me a moment here, I will share my screen and show eBuddy. All right, so here in eBuddy, we have a mock Girl Scout troop. I'm gonna click here to this Girl Scout. And I also want to show you guys, like on this far right hand side, it'll show you like girl delivery, your initial order recap for the girls, but we'll get to that here in a moment. All right, at the bottom, you can see your girl totals, your troop orders, and all of that. So let's start with our troop site. So here in the troop site, we've got some packages on the girl. So I'm gonna click on that and it shows me the boxes at the bottom pop up so that they open and you can see.
Hey Tashi, so we're treating that as a locked DOC order.
Okay.
So then show how you would move those off the troop and into another girl or into the troop stock.
All right. So you're gonna add a transaction to move them and then negate the cookies. So I'm gonna put -1, -2, 8, 3, 4. So I just negated the cookies for the troop. And I want to make sure that I hit this purple save up here or it will not save it. Come here, go to a girl, and I can add a transaction for her. So I can say 1, 2.
Hey Tashi, we have a quick question. Does everyone have to do that step to negate cookies from the troop order? Can you answer the importance of negating cookies from the troop pseudo girl and putting that back in your stock and moving them to other girl?
like moving it to the girl is important. So again, that we can see what she will be eligible for rewards. So if it stays in the troop, it looks like, you know, none of the cookies are officially allocated to the girls.
So moving them off, to add to Tashiana's point, moving them off of that troop pseudo girl back into your troop stock. You can use those. Not every troop will have orders there, but for troops who had shipped, donated, or girl delivered orders come in under their troop digital cookie link. It's important to move those into your troop stock and allocate them to other girls to help bump them to that next reward level. You'll want your troop pseudo girl to read 0 cookies at the end, just so that you've optimized your rewards for your selling girls.
Right. So adding those cookies in, as you can see, like 6 cookies came up, and then it looks like she owes $30. So you're gonna hit save for the packages, and then you can go back in and hit add a payment, where you'd put the 30. You can also add comments here, so you can put booth and the date if you'd like. You can title that whatever you like. I've seen lots of different things. And you hit that blue OK, and then hit the save again. And if you look at the bottom, you'll see that her balance is 0. And if you come to the, you know, the page, you'll see it here too. We can go back in to the girl, the troop site. We can also add the 145 here. Nope, nope. Okay, and then negate that out as well to balance it to 0.
So then, Tashi, can you go to a regular girl and walk through how to assign, how to allocate a cookie order, how to allocate a payment? And then Erica, at the very end, we can go over we'll go over a quick answer to your question about rewards.
So going into this Girl Scout, adding a transaction. So like I said, if you are, let's say you participated in DoorDash, you would just add that transaction, make your note for what it was, and then put in the packages. And the money, hit the OK, and hit save. So it's this number that is gonna, you know, show, and it's this number that will reflect what she'll get on her rewards, and that comes, you know, from the bottom of what you have. Some people receive that message of like, you don't have enough cookies to allocate, and it's because they're trying to over allocate the number that's listed here that the system has for your cookies. So it'd be the same thing with payment. If you have a Girl Scout, you've given her cookies, and all you need to do is add payment, you just go in there and add payment, and then that she's paid, you know, $50, and it'll calculate here. And this is how you keep records, kind of like budgeting your cookie program and managing it for the girls.
So to tack on to what Tashiana said about payment, The payment portion of the girl orders tab is for you as a troop to track what's happening. So as you're collecting receipts and having those signed, depending on how many cookies your girls are selling, it can become very quickly a nightmare to sort through receipts to see what a girl owes. So if you're tracking how many cookies she's checking out from the troop, how much money she's paying back to the troop, as well as for sales here on the girl orders tab, and a parent calls you and says, hey, how much does Scout owe? You can quickly see what that total is and report that to the parent as long as this is up to date. The cookies, however, like Tashiana has mentioned, do report straight to the rewards tab. And so in order for a girl to be eligible for a reward, her cookie totals have to be allocated to her properly. Tashi, will you talk a little bit about balancing to zero at the bottom, how to know it's balanced to zero, and the importance?
Yeah, so it's important to balance to zero here. A lot of people ask us that, but it helps us know that your troop is financially on track. So if you don't balance to zero, you may receive a call from us saying, hey, what's going on here? Especially if you were to turn in the program and we come into your troop and we notice that it's not balanced to zero and there seems to be something off there. So it just helps you stay on track. It helps us make sure that you're on track.
Oh, Tashiana said she got kicked out. So while she is getting back in, I will answer a few questions I had in the chat. So Robin asked, I distributed boxes sold at booths to girls after the sale, but did not go back into the troop line and girl orders and negate those boxes. So Robin, if those are boxes that were in your troop stock and not sold through the pseudo girl, it will automatically subtract them. So the screen, oh, well, her screen actually did go away. I apologize. She'll be back on shortly. On the girl orders tab at the very bottom, you'll see girl totals, total troop order, which is the total number of cookies that you've taken in as a troop. That bottom line tells you what you have left. As you assign cookies to girls, it automatically takes them out of the troop stock. So you do not need to do anything further. Once you've assigned them to the girls, you're taken care of. Stephanie had a question. I had two troops transfer from one troop to the other. The cookies were allocated to the fake girl. How do I balance this? Stephanie, will you send me more details about that? I need to see the screen to see exactly what you're asking. Jillian, I have a girl that only did online orders and she has a negative total, so it looks like she overpaid. How do I fix that? This means that she has girl delivered cookies that you need to allocate to her and give to her. On the girl orders tab, you're able to, so Tashi, can you hear us? Oh, I see her screen is back up. I was going to have her show you how to navigate over to girl delivery. Are you there, Tashi? Oh, I might be. Okay. Can you, I was answering questions while you were kicked out and getting back on. Can you go to troop 3682?
Yes.
This will be a good, we can show how to see girl delivered orders. Pick on Adria.
Sorry.
Because she has the less, it'll be easier to sort through. So when you're on a girl, if you go up here to the top right-hand corner, switch to girl, or sorry, all orders, you'll drop down to girl delivery, and then you can see what came in after the initial order, that blue line, end of IO. Below that line are cookies that you actually have to physically give the girl and then allocate to her on her girl orders tab in order for her to receive credit for those cookies. Cassandra asked, what if I have given a girl all her cookies and she has paid all needed money plus cookies, but it shows a positive balance? Cassandra, she should balance out to 0. If you want to email me, we'll put our emails in the chat here shortly. If you want to email me, I will take a look at that girl specifically for you. Megan, same thing. I'll drop my email in the chat. Send me an email so I can look directly at that girl. Robin said, I cannot log any payments or orders. I keep getting the error message, you don't have enough troop inventory. Will you also send me an email so I can look at your troop inventory, Robin? That means that it thinks you don't have enough cookies, that you've over allocated cookies. So there might just been and edit. And then, sorry, Tasha, you can take it back over.
Oh, no,
so Tasha went over how to add an order, how to subtract an order, how to add payment. Once you balance to 0, we have a whole in-depth training about doing girl rewards. But once you know your girl's final totals, we did have a question from Erica. How does each girl pick her reward? So Tashi, can you go over not how a troop submits the reward specifically, but how to see what a girl earned so far? And you can use troop 3682 for that if you'd like.
Okay.
And what level she needs to pick so that they can then work with parents to have those choices turned into them.
Yeah, so like I mentioned earlier, the number that you'll see for rewards is down here, right? So if we go over to the rewards tab, I'm gonna click view. And this first box, like if you scroll down, you will need to click into each of the girls to see exactly what they can choose from. But this first piece shows you how much you'll get as a troop order. All right, so you can check that out. And then we'll stick with the same Girl Scout. Clicking on her, it'll show the packages that she sold, her digital cookie packages, and then these are the rewards that she's currently eligible for. So if there is a level that only has one option, just like this theme patch, it'll be selected, and then you'll talk to the girls about their goals and talk to their caregivers to receive the rewards that they would like at like 120. Does she want the bandana, $5 cookie dough, or the shoe that grows? And then you select that here for her. Going back to the rewards. You'll do the same, like if your troop is eligible for troop rewards, you'll choose those down here as well.
And so you'll just want to look at that list and work with parents to report girls' choices to you. One way some troops do that is to send the reward order card back, the back of the reward order card, which you can find on our council website, to the parents and say, hey, your daughter sold it here. Can you have her circle the items that I should order for her?
And then when you come in here to make your selections, as you can see, a lot of wording in red over here to the side. If you just so happen to like miss a girl or you didn't select a reward option, it will continue to be red. Once she's good and submitted, it'll turn green. So yeah.
Are there any other questions? Oh, I see one in the chat. Stacy asked, is there a reason why rewards isn't letting us choose an option per level? Stacy, I'm not sure exactly let me unmute you so that you can. Let me unmute you so that you can ask and Tashi can navigate to where you're looking at. You are, oh, I've marked allow to talk, Stacy.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so I think I'm on the same page you're on. I'm looking at the same time, and it shows my daughters. I was doing it just to see if I knew how to do this. And on the same page where like the 120 level, I can't click the little box bandana, or so should I be able to choose one there, or do they choose it on their digital cookie page?
You'll select it. Right now, it's still gray.
No, so are you on, did you click fill out? Because
No, I clicked view.
Oh, so
click
you'll need to
fill
click on
out.
fill out, and
Yeah,
then you'll
fill
be able, okay. That makes sense. So from there, you can choose a girl
Mhm. Fill
and
out.
you can fill it out for them. Okay, yep, that
Yes.
looks different
And
now.
then,
And then,
this
yeah,
year,
so the
All
box
right.
is open.
and then
That's
this
what I
year,
did.
digital cookie, I broke it trying to put a picture into it, and GSUSA couldn't figure out how I broke it. So the rewards aren't going to show on there this year. However, we get a sandbox to play in over the summer, so ideally we'll be able to build that out better. Instead of, we get access like a week before troop leaders. This year we'll get access in May. So that should be built out better. And in 2023, that actually should talk, but this year it doesn't talk.
So I'll need to put, if I'm the digital mom or whoever said, they'll need to put them all in this year and the girls can't choose them yourself, you're saying?
Correct. Yeah.
Okay.
Just like in the past for you, you would have to have them give you the choices. But in 2023, it will actually talk.
Okay, thank you.
Megan asked, can you show how to allocate cookies for digital cookie orders that came in after the initial order? Yes. So Tashi, it actually looks the same as so it looks the same. So Tashi, will you go into Adria and just go back through? I can actually walk you through. If you go over to girl orders or girl delivery. So when she changes over to girl delivery, you can see that Adria had 5 orders that came in after. And I can see if it says DLVR, then that's girl delivered. If it says in hand, that's just a credit card payment. So that is not cookies that you need to allocate for. So now you go back to all orders. And for Adria specifically, you'll see where her troop leader has credited her there. So like the extras 225, for instance, match her last girl delivered order. And so that's what you would do, is you would get with the parent, let them know that they've got this. They should know they have a girl delivered order, but they would need to sign for those on a receipt. And then you would just credit them the way that you would for any other transaction in eBuddy. You just don't need to credit the money. So you'll see kind of there where that gray line is, it says girl delivery 5798957, match it, that total number of money that came in for $30 matches the 6 packages she was last credited for. Sarah asked when the last date to choose rewards is. Tashi?
That date is March 16th. It's the
At
final submission day.
11:59.
Yeah, at 11:59 p.m.
Do we have any other questions? We will go a little more in depth next Tuesday about final rewards and how to deal with like trooper level rewards, how and when those kind of rewards are divvied out, and what council was responsible for, what little brownie will ship to your service unit. But this is pretty much how you wrap up. Abby asked, I have to go through every order for each girl after initial order. So your parents, so for girl delivery, yeah, you'll want to click over and just make sure those are all there. You can add them together and make them one order that goes in out of that girl. Sally, so DoorDash record is the same way. To allocate cookies for a booth would look the same way. Most people I know, if you look here at Adria, Cabela's 220, that's a booth. And so her troop leader has gone in and put all the cookies and how much money she collected for that. However, Tasha, you can also show the booth recorder if you would like. You can utilize the booth recorder as well. So Tashi will walk through the booth recorder real quick, and then I see some other.
All right. So you'd click on booth sites and record sales. Once you get to the booth that you would like to allocate for, you'd click on it and go ahead and enter all of the packages that you've sold, and then hit submit sale, and that will evenly distribute the cookies amongst the girls that you've got the check mark for.
And then that will also distribute the money. So if
Yes.
you collected money if you ran credit cards under one of those girls as opposed to under the troop, you would not want to use this feature. You'd want to just go hand key it in. And then Sally also asked about having them allocated. So Sally, they are allocated usually midweek after you've worked a DoorDash. So you would see those on your transactions tab. They would come in. What do they say, Tashi, since you do those? I forget what you have them labeled as.
They're DD, and then usually like the date, the time, and my initials. So it'll be like DD if you did it today, 3.1 if you did 5 to 9, because I can't put half times in there, and then TA. And it'll show up in your transactions as well as your payments and your sales report.
Amanda asked, how can I tell how much money is coming out this Friday? If you want to go to the sales report, this troop might look nerve-wracking when you see how much they owe. However, yep, on the sales report, Tashi is circling there. It tells you how much is coming out. So it's the amount you still owe council, which is, you can find that number. This is 50% of it. But if you want to know what you still owe council in total, if you scroll to the bottom of the sales report, the bottom right-hand corner of the sales report shows you what you still owe to council for your cookies. We had a question. Angie asked about rewards. So digital cookie does not need to be updated for you to choose rewards. Are you talking about for the rewards tab in digital cookie is not going to work? I had tried to upload a picture of our outdoor kitchen and it broke it, and GSUSA can't figure out why it broke it. So for our council, it's not going to work. However, you don't choose digital or rewards in digital cookie. You actually choose them in eBuddy on the rewards tab. When we negate numbers for the troop in the girl orders tab, how do we deal with the total due? Robin, when you do the negative numbers across, like if it's 8 packages, you would just put negative $40 as well to pull all of that off of that girl, if she has paid for it. Or if the troop, like if it's the troop pseudo girl, the money has come in because it's digital cookie, then you would, if it's 8 packages, you would also put the negative 40 and move that positive $40 as well as the cookies to the girl that you're crediting them to. On the girl orders tab, the bottom 3 rows, girl orders, troop totals, difference. Are the negative numbers what I should have in my inventory? Yes, the difference line should match your physical inventory that you have on hand. Erica, will you send me your troop number? I put my email in the chat. I'll put it in here again. If you send me your troop number, I'm happy to look at, since you think that your numbers look off. Angie, it's letting other troops choose rewards. Tashi, will you walk back through the rewards tab? I'm jumping to the troop. Just to make sure. I do have a fill out button as a troop leader.
Okay. So yeah, under the rewards tab, you can see view, and view is what I was in earlier, where it won't let you select the rewards, but if you hit fill out, it'll open the boxes. Like I said, if you qualify for troop rewards or you'd like to purchase, additional bandanas for the leaders in your troop, the hoodies, those boxes are available here. To let us know if you have any Girl Scouts that are picking up rewards at higher levels, that fill out is here. The two volunteer t-shirts. But when you need to go into a girl to select it, you'd click her, and then all of those things will be available.
Lauren asked, sorry to backtrack, but if we do a girl transfer, will parents see it? So Lauren, if you, let's say a girl, Tashi, if you go to the girl orders tab, we'll use this troop as an example. So let's say we're looking here at like if you look at Isabella, she only has 29, but Olivia has 1583. So let's assume that Olivia only wants the 1500 level. She has 83 extra packages. You don't have to let a parent know. So what troops that I know that rearrange at the end do is they screenshot the final totals, so they know what a girl really totally sold in case parents ask. But to optimize reward levels, they would subtract 83 from Olivia and add them to girls to get them to like that next level, if in fact that makes the most sense. Most troops let their girls know that happens, and it's really up to the girls if you want to do that, but it really does optimize. So there's a lot of times where there might be a girl like 10 packages from the bandana and somebody's got 20 packages they're not using for a reward. Most of the time girls do not care that you're sharing in that way. How can I identify who sold the cookies under the troop account for digital cookie? So the troop account for digital cookie, if they are girl delivered, shipped, or donated, that means someone used your troop link to share, and or if you allowed your troop link to go, so if you set up your troop link, it automatically went live on the cookie finder. So someone in your zip code could have every time you use a zip code, a troop pops up. Once that troop gets an order, it falls to the bottom of the list, the next troop pops up. So those are most likely just cookies that got shipped from the cookie finder that you can just allocate out wherever it makes the most sense. Let's see, the next question I have, under girl orders, under troop, I have credit card payments and then a payment in cash. Once that gets balanced, can you tell me how to transfer payments when allocating to a specific girl? Tashi, can you go back, just if you go into the troop pseudo girl for this troop, there's a transaction in there already. At the very bottom, you'll see, so these are all booth. You'll see where the move to Bella is the shipped order right above it. So we moved that to Bella to help pad her. And then you'll see the transaction that says to booth. That is a movement of that money out of this girl. And then there are two different booths that they were run on. So we just credited those booths paid in full. Does that help answer that, Karen? Okay, great. Angie, yeah, we sent information out. So Angie asked about the initial order rewards. So the way that eBuddy works, they had misinformed us and we thought it would count digital cookie through 131. So we pulled our own report on 2-1. We are working with how to get that to troops with all of the rebalancing of cupboards in light of the information that we'll discuss tomorrow with troops. It has been a little bit hectic to try and get that out, but we're going to make sure we share that with your service units. But if your daughter hit 162, then we have her down for those correct rewards because we were able to pull our own report for digital cookies sold, and Little Brownie like made us this beautiful spreadsheet that made sure it credited every girl for all the things that she should have earned. So you don't need to mess with digital rewards. Do we have any other questions about allocating cookies or anything else that to do with allocating or quick reward questions? We'll do a deep dive on rewards next Tuesday. So make sure if you have a lot of questions about rewards to join us for that. Or if you want to submit your rewards before that date, give the customer care line a call, ask for Jenny Wright. She is a pro. She's our cookie pro on the customer care team. She'll be able to walk you right through it.
Right. Just make sure that all of your girls are officially done selling and that you've told them that, because there have been situations in the past where rewards have been submitted and then orders came in after, and that girl does not get credit for those orders if that happens.
Tashi, I don't see any other questions, so I think, well, thanks, Karen. We appreciate you all too. We know this is a big task and it takes all of us. But I think, Tashi, that's all of the chat. Oh, sorry, one more question. Sally, if you aren't seeing your DoorDash yet, if you work this weekend, you probably aren't seeing it yet. It will show up though on your transactions tab. Tashi, you can actually show her this troop's transactions tab because of Sophia. If you want to go into transactions. So Sally, you'll click on your transactions tab and you'll see a receipt. There it is. It's like 7 or 8 down. Hold on. It's at the very top of the screen right now, Tashi. And it says DD 212 1 to 5. And it has the cookies there. And then on the payments tab, you'll see a similar transaction from Tashiana. This one. All right.
I remember doing it.
Sort by bank. See if that. Oh, because there's so many pages.
Yeah. We said that was 212, right?
Yep. So Sally, you should see those. If you work this weekend, you probably aren't seeing them yet. Tashi's still working to balance those cupboards and get it credited, but you should see it in the next couple of days.
There it is.
Sorry, Jillian, I didn't mean to miss your. Oh, it looks like you credited us twice. I think you need to delete one of those.
Yeah.
Oh, Sally, it was 2 weeks ago. So will you email? Let me give you Tashiana's email. Email Tashiana and she can check in on that and see why you're not seeing it. Okay. Jillian, I apologize. Your fake girl is negative from using that digital cookie at Boost. There's no negative cookie, but there. So as long as you're crediting your Boost paid, you can go into that pseudo girl. Tashi, if you want to go to the girl orders tab, you can go into that pseudo girl, and like my daughter's troop is who we're playing with right now. The very bottom, her troop cookie manager, he just entered a 2 booths line and just subtracted all the money out. The money is not too big of a deal on our end. If you have money still sitting in any girl, we're not watching that as a troop, that or as a council. That's really for you to keep track that parents are paying you. Okay, so sorry. Okay, we have a question. Can you review the difference line and how to move girls? Yes, so on the girl, Tashi, will you just click back to girl order? And you're asking, just to make sure I'm understanding this question correctly, Selena, you're asking how to move cookies to the girls? And okay, yep. So the 3 lines here at the bottom, girl totals is how much you've credited to girls so far, and that's either going to be shipped, donated, booths, girl delivered cookies, paper order cards. Anything that's gone in to credit a girl is being tracked on that very first pink line at the bottom. The second pink line is your troop order. So that's your cookies for a cause cookies, as well as everything that your troop has brought in. So initial order, shipped cookies, cookies that you've picked up at the cupboard. The difference line is what you should still physically have on hand. So what hasn't gone out to a girl or been sold at a booth, that should match the number of cookies that you have in your troop stock, in your house. And then if you go to Adria, Tashi, you can show how to allocate cookies real quick. I'm gonna go back to the chat, see what our next question is.
So then under the girl, you would add a transaction. And depending on how much she sold, you can say, 5 lemon ups, 3 trefoils, 2 do-si-dos. And then that's 10 packages. So you would also credit $50 if that's been turned in. Hit OK, and then you'd hit the purple save here. And that would allocate, you can see here that the amount of cookies at the bottom changed. And if you were to make a mistake and let's say that I accidentally put 2 do-si-dos, but it's actually 2 Samoas. I just click back on that line, delete it, and then I can move it here and then hit the OK and then hit that purple save again.
Boarding in progress.